Hi, everybody. June here from Red Daisy Crafts. I am glad to be here. It's Sunday for Sunday Live, and I'm just going to check a couple of the channels. Where did I put my phone? To make sure things are going in the right direction. Last week we had trouble streaming to the Facebook group, but it looks like we are here now. So I don't know what happened last week. Yay. That looks like it's all going well. There we are. And so we will get moving. I just wanted to show you guys real quickly because then we're going to dig in. But this is the add-on kit that's available right now. You'll get it in a nice little pocket folder here. This is option 1. It comes with 8 of the liners. You're going to get a variety of cardstock in here: Mossy Meadow, Cherry Cobbler, Real Red, Blueberry Bushel, Basic White, Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, and Old Olive. You get 2 half sheets of each of those in the kit. And then you're going to get 1/8 of a DSP for the Berry Christmas or Berry Cute card designer series paper. And so if you haven't seen that, it's really pretty and coordinates nicely. And so I have it coming in this really nice little pocket envelope so you can keep it all together. And then it also includes a few embellishments. So I don't know if you can see or not, but you're going to get the Night of Navy with the gold glitter, the Rail Red and the Garden Green ribbon, and then the metallic silver and gold. You get a yard each of those in option 1. And then you also get the snowflake adhesives, which are the adhesive back snowflake assortment. And there's a rose gold, a gold, and a white in there. And so this is just a really fun little pack. It's still available for you to purchase through the 18th of November, because this will be for both October and November paper pumpkins. So it's still available. And I'm excited. I'm going to be mailing out my first shipment tomorrow, and I got my tutorials ready. And so really excited for those that are my Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So they'll get that exclusive tutorial regardless, but you also get it when you purchase the kit. So just wanted to kind of show you that. And today what I have for you is I'm sorry, I'm so thirsty. What I have for you today is we're gonna make a Bagelope. So I don't know if you've had any opportunity to consider this, but this is using the add-on kit envelope. So the envelope is that 5x7 size, so it's a nice size for creating a Bagelope. And so in here I've used like a little Velcro dot to close it up. And in here I have some of the Werther's originals, but you could really fit quite a lot in there, to be honest. Like definitely a gift card. You cannot fit a pair of socks. Let's just say that. I tried and it was wanting to tear my envelope. So that is not an option. So we are going to dig in and play around with a Bagelope today. And you have a place on the back for you to write a little sentiment. As you can see, I've already mine is ready to go. So once I figure out what all I want to put in my little treat pouch, I think that will be good. So we are going to get started. And so I'm going to bring us all the way to the table for that. and we will get going. So, like I said, I'm using the envelope from the add-on kit. And so that is comes, if you haven't seen it, the add-on kit comes like this. They're called Warm Wishes cards and envelopes. To be honest, I didn't check today before I got on. I assume they're still available. They were the last time I was in the store. But the number is 163985. And you get 20 of the card bases, which are beautiful, and on both sides. So, I mean, I think literally you could easily turn this into 40 cards. You just have to figure out what size cards, because these are 5x7 envelopes and they are the only ones we have. So you'd have to figure that out, but could easily make them our usual size, the 5.5 by 4.25, and that would be fine. But we're going to use some of these envelopes today to create this Bagelope. And I am going to make it right along with you, because I thought that I had some stuff prepped, but it seems I'm not finding all of what I had here ready to go. So we are going to be creating it right alongside. Oh, wait, I just found it. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right. I thought I had some of it put together. Yep, this is it. Okay. So, well, that was handy, right? So, like I said, we're going to create this, and so I'm going to make it right along with you on this live, so that if you decide you want to create a Bagelope with this envelope, or really any envelope, you can always come back here and watch it together and recreate it. So I'm trying to put that in a place where it won't be in the way. So I'm moving some of these things out of the way for now, so I can bring in my score, my paper trimmer with the scoring tool on it, because we're going to use it to score. So I didn't trim anything off of this envelope. It really is the whole envelope that we have made. I did make a cut once we put it together. You'll see that where I cut right here, but otherwise I'm using the entire envelope. So just know that that's kind of the plan here. And so we are going to take our envelope and we're going to score it on all three sides. So all the sides with not the opening side. So all three other sides from the opening. And I'm going to move my cutting tool up there. And we are going to score. I just want to make sure I have my measurements right before we get started, because I believe I did 3/4. So yeah, 3/4. We're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch all the way around. Just keep my little ruler handy. And so just starting off here with 3/4 and doing this right here, 1, and then we're turning it to the left, I guess. And then we're going to score again at 3/4, just like that. And then I'm going to flip it over so that I can use that flat edge. And we're going to score again here. And so now, I don't know if you can see very well, but we have score lines all the way around on the three sides where it's the pocket of the envelope. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our bone folder, and we are going to burnish these score lines so that we can fold them both ways. That'll be the easiest thing to do. So we're burnishing the score lines. I'm going to then turn it the other way. This will make it easier when we get to the steps further down, that we have nice creases in here. And so now we're going to the bottom and scoring there. I'm flipping it the other way. Just want to have really nice, good folds, okay? And I think this one went this way first. And so now we are doing that. And now I'll turn it this way. And we'll burnish that. So now we have our envelope scored, okay? So we're going to start to open it up and shape it. So the reason why you want like really good score lines is because when it comes time to shaping it, it will help it form so much easier. Okay. And so as you can see now, I can really start to get it to go into the shape that I want it to be for the Bagelope. Okay. So as you can tell here, all right. And so now we have these corners flipped out, and it looks really pretty crisp at the edge of each side. Okay. And so I am now going to burnish these down, the corners, and because we are going to fold them down and glue them down. So these are going to get folded in like this. Okay. We're going to be folding them in, and we're going to glue them down. We're going to use the multi-purpose liquid glue right there. That's what's going to happen. Okay. And so, and that really, to be honest, I mean, that is our Bagelope. So the only other line that we would want to burnish the score lines is the flap here. And so as you can see, this is where I have trimmed, just because it made it easier to put things in and out of the envelope without tearing. Okay. And so we will trim those here in a few minutes. So just so our next step is we're going to glue these down. Okay. So I have my multi-purpose liquid glue here, and I don't need a lot. I don't want to have a lot of glue seeping out, but I want to be able to press down on it like this. Sorry, I took it out of the camera view. And so I wasn't paying attention. I hope you were able to see where I put the glue. If you are watching, please tell me where you are watching from. I'd like to chat with you guys. So as you can see, I've just put it on that little corner right there, and then I'm holding it down and getting it in a position where I can press it down. So I just appreciate you guys watching. I wonder if you guys have ever made a Bagelope before. Have you ever made one like this? We are going to do one other thing that I don't normally do, but it's really just to provide some stability. Okay. And so now we have those. We're going to let them dry for just a few minutes. And so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this line right here for this flap right at the top. And so I'm just trimming right at that line like that. And then again on this side. Okay. just like that. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to glue this down right here. And that way we have our flap will be a little basically separate from the opening. Okay. And so while the other is drying, we'll go ahead and do this. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue here because we don't need a lot to adhere this down right here. Okay. And then we need to put some glue here. And once we have our Bagelope kind of all put together, then we will start to do some of the items that we want to use for decoration. Okay, so as you can see, it's a pretty good size. So this is basically about 5 3/8. And then this is about 3.5. Now the full height is 4 3/8. And then the side is 1.5 inches. Okay. Now you don't have 1.5 inches at the top because you want closure, right? And so you really only have the 1.5 inches at the bottom. And then towards the top, you really get down to like about a 3/4 to a 1/2 inch. Otherwise, you're going to try to expect more out of your Bagelope than is really the size that it can hold. Okay. And so, so now that we have those glued down and this is pretty dry, what I wanted to do for a little bit of stability was really to kind of cover up the corners that we just glued down, but also give it some stability on the bottom of our Bagelope. So we are going to put this on here and get, I'm just putting it lightly on here, but trying to get good coverage for it. So thanks for watching. Please say hi if you're at a place where you can drop a comment. I'm glad to have you here. I wonder if you guys have ever made a Bagelope before. So I'm going to flip it over and get in here and press it down. I want to make sure I'm not moving it. Okay. So I'm just using my fingers. Fortunately, this is wide enough that I can get my hand down in there and press down on this. Okay. And if I bend that back, it's a lot easier. So, so that's really good. All right. And so there's our basic Bagelope. Now you can do this with any envelope. Pretty much. And you just have to consider the size. So you probably wouldn't do 3 1/4 inch on a smaller envelope. Otherwise your envelope's going to get tinier, but it just depends on what you're trying to achieve. Okay. And so for now, I'm going to set this aside so we can put together our elements that we're going to use to decorate the Bagelope with. So as you can see here, I've used a piece of cardstock to frame one of the card bases that I trimmed down to fit. And then I did use the house stamp, and I did a little bit of watercoloring on the house. And then I added the adhesive back snowflakes and the sentiment. So I don't know what I'm going to do this time. We're going to kind of follow the general idea, but might do something a little bit different. And then on the back, because you already have like the space for address here, now you could certainly write in here before you put your Bagelope together. And that would be fine. But I just decided it would add like a little bit more fun to have this message on here, which I did put on with dimensionals. So you can see there. And I stamped some of the trees and just, put the sentiment right there for it. So I just think that's really cute. So let's see what we have. I had previously stamped some of the houses using StazOn ink. So if I want to use ink, our Stampin' Pad inks, then I want to use the StazOn so that it won't bleed. If I were to use the Memento ink and then watercolor with our inks, it would all run together because they're both water-based. And so just that is one thing that we can do. So that's one piece. I haven't played around with it, but one of the things I think would be fun is to use, if you have it, the little truck punch to do like a little truck on here. It just depends on what you're wanting to do. So I think there's a lot of options that we can play around with. So I think we'll do a bit of watercoloring and then figure out our sentiment. I have a piece of paper here for that. And so I am not really sure. I guess we could just put a little house here. And maybe we'll put the sentiment right on here, do the Merry Christmas on here, and put a house further back a little bit. I kind of like that idea. Let's do that. Before I do it, though, I'm going to stamp some of the dotted, like snow in a sense. I'm going to do some of that at the bottom of here just to do a little bit of fill in on this white space down here. So let me find, I have a little piece of scratch paper out here just so I can go off the edge. And let's just do some of that here. So just putting in a little bit of stamp in the balmy blue, that little dotted image right there, just at the bottom of the card, the background piece. So, and then let's do our sentiment in real red, and we'll do the Merry Christmas here. That's my chosen, my favorite chosen. Like, we have Happy Holidays, so you could choose to do that. But I thought we'd just do this right here. So just lining it up. And there we go. So now we have that on here. So that looks good. So now we don't have to add any other piece to it, keeping it simple. And then we will do some coloring on a house that we can add to the scene right here, and maybe a couple of trees. Maybe we'll do some trees as well to go with it, just because I think they're really cute and they're easy. They're pretty easy to get a nice pattern that we did right here. So it's pretty easy to get that. And I did that with the blending markers or the blender pens. Okay, so I think we'll do that. So that's a little bit of a different kind of coloring. And I have that handy as well. So first, like I said, I used the house and I stamped it with StazOn. And so I'm going to move these out of the way. And then I'm using one of our blender pens to color with. Okay, and so let's get out a bit of crumb cake and pecan pie. And we'll do our house. Let's see. We'll do the trim. Let's do the trim in the blueberry bushel. I think that would look pretty. And then we'll need some of the greens out here. And I have a bit of crushed curry for some lighting into the windows. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but just putting some little light, like candlelight, a bit into the windows. So yeah, we're gonna use these colors to get started. And so we need the house colors first. So we're going to start, and I just press in on this to get a little bit of ink in the cover of my stamp pad. So this little piece right here. So we are going to get a bit of that on here and just begin to do a bit of coloring. And so I just start up around the eaves of the house, and I figure that's where I want the darkest color to be. And then I'm gonna just keep bringing that down, and it will most likely get lighter as it goes down the page. But I'm moving a little quickly because I don't want to go over it too many times. Because when you go over paper wet too many times, then it can get like a little pill, a pill effect. So there we have it. We're just doing a little bit of coloring on there, and we can always come back in if we think we need some more color. And I'm just going under the windows there just to give it a little bit of a darker hint. Okay, and so then I'm just coloring off, getting the ink off of my blender pen just like that. And then we're going to come in with our pecan pie and do the roof line. So this is a nice juicy pad right here, folks. And again, I'm going to turn it this way and just go along the edge of the house and keep moving up, kind of going in a circular motion. I noticed when I did this the last time, I needed to come back and do the other side, and so it looked a little bit rough. The coloring looked a little like I had a little bit of lines in there that I didn't like so much. So just trying to avoid that too much. Because it got very solid looking. So you can tell just a little bit of a difference in how that looks, right? So just trying to be a little less intense on it. So there we have that piece. Okay. And so I'm just going to get the color off of here. There we go. And then I'm going to get the Old Olive first to do the green around the house where the, I guess, garland is around the house. And I'm not doing it all. I'm actually leaving some white space because I want to come back in with the mossy meadow. And then hopefully I'll have like a little bit of a, dark and light colors in that garland. So I don't know if you can see very good, but I've left white in there. So I'm going to come back in with the darker green, the mossy meadow, and then we'll fill that in. Now, I don't know that it's that noticeable, but I like it. And I need my glasses for this so I could see all those white spots. So I'm really just like dabbing it in now into the white spots. So I have some of the lighter green as well as the darker green as we go here. So I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but I think maybe just a little bit you can see it. So, hey Wanda, thanks for joining. You have made a bag of an envelope. It's been a few years. Yeah, I like this one because it's a bigger envelope size. So it really made me think of using it, that technique again, because, normally it's a smaller envelope. So, all right. So now we are to the blue. But you know what? I forgot. We need to come back and do some more of the pecan pie to get our trim done around the door. And so let me get my glasses again. I took them off. So I want to get the trim here around the door done. And I think this will look nice. So we have that. And then it should be getting a little bit lighter now. There we go. And so I think that looks good. There we go. Yep. So just going around that door a bit so that you can see a little bit of dimension in it there. So we'll have to clean off forgot to squeeze. There we go. All right. So to get the pecan pie off of our brush, our blending pen. Aren't these pens so cool? So I'm going to try not to get too heavy here, but we will come along here on the shutters. And then we're going to go around the door here. And over the top of here. Still leaving our wreath pretty much untouched. Where that bow is, we're going to use cherry cobbler there. So, and then I'm going to do these little chimneys blue as well. So there we have that. If I can get that to focus. There we go. Very nice. And so now I'll get the blue off of here. So we just have the yellow for the lights. Oh, you're making it with me. I love it. Yay. Fantastic. That just warms my heart. Okay, so we're going to get a little yellow on here. And we're just going to dab into the windows a bit. Just trying to show that there's some warm light going on inside that house. I just think that's a really nice add. Warms it right up on there. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to do the bow on our on the wreaths, and that is teeny tiny, y'all. There's just so teeny tiny. I really have to get my glasses for this, but it shows when you get it in there, you can see it. So I think it's really a nice little add to the design. So, all right, so let me clean this up real quick, and then I will show you what it looks like finished. All right, so there we have our house. I really think it's sweet. I hope you like it. I think it will be nice. And then we are going to use Old Olive to stamp our trees on this piece of paper. So we're going to do a few trees, and then we're going to use the blending pens or blending markers. I guess I don't know all the names, they're confusing. So I'm going to do 2 of the big trees and just do it over here. 1 and 2. And then I'll do a couple of the little trees as well. Just in case. I'm not sure how many I want. But when you use the blending, let's see what the right name is. The Stampin' Blends. When you use the Stampin' Blends, you can use ink as the base color. Just like with Memento, right? And so I am bringing in, just like the trees that are in the kit. So let me show you these trees again. They just have a bit of the balmy blue and a bit of the probably lemon lolly, or maybe that's delightfully daffodil delight, but just a little hint of it. And so we've already got a green tree. So we're just going to bring in and do a little bit of that. So I'm going to turn this over just to remind myself what I did. And so I am getting the brush tip, and I'm going to start with the yellow, and I'm just coming in and making some dash marks kind of along there. Just not really coloring. I'm just like dabbing it in. And I'm doing that on the little ones as well. And then we're going to come in with the balmy blue and bring that color in. And so here we go. I feel like this blue is not, oh, goodness. This blue is having a trouble. Let's see if we can get this in. Oh, here we go. That brush end seemed like it was all dried up. So I don't mind that they're still white because there was still like some white in the other trees. But I do like that this just kind of gives that same look and just adds a little bit of texture to the trees. So I think that'll be really nice. Seeing where I might want to fill in. Okay. All right. So there's the trees for you to see. I just think they come out really, really sweet. And so now we just need to cut out our trees in our house. And so I think here, let's just make these smaller for us to work with. And we'll move this out of the way like that. And so here we have our little trees, and I'm just, leaving a little bit of a white edge, just like with the dies that are in the kit. So just teeny, teeny, tiny these little trees are. And so there we have that one tree. Okay. Now let's cut a big tree, and then we'll see if we need more. And if we do, we'll cut more once we cut the house out. We'll see what it calls for. So, are you guys getting ready for Thanksgiving? Do you travel for Thanksgiving? I don't know if you would call what we do traveling. We are going to go about an hour away to visit family for the day. And I always look forward to that. So again, just very, little tiny bit of white around the house going on here. Our little chimneys. I don't know if they're actually chimneys or not, but they are very cute. This little house, I think it's very cute. The stamp set brought a lot of little neat features, so I'm very excited to see November stamp set since they're all supposed to coordinate, right? I missed the measurement on the card base. Okay. This card base here or this on the bottom? So on the front flap or on the bottom or on the back? If you let me know, I'll give it to you. So, what did I do? It was right here. Where did my little ruler go? There. My goodness. Just get this big giant one out because that's what that is all about. Okay, let's just see what we got. So the front flap, the card base for the front flap is 5 inches by 3 1/4. Okay, so then I trimmed the base of the card piece to 4 3/4 by 3 inches. Okay. Then the piece on the back is just a piece of white cardstock. It's 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. All right. And then the piece on the bottom is 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. So hopefully that gives you the measurements that you're looking for the card piece. Okay. So let's see what we need here. We are going to add the house right here, and we could put it completely in the center. And we could just add a little tree here and a tree here. Just wonder if I want another big tree or not. So the card base with the trees. Yeah. So that piece right here from the card base, it is 4 3/4 by 3 inches. Okay. And then if you add a quarter all the way around, that's the red, the cherry cobbler that's underneath. So yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe I'll do another small tree over here and have 2 of those. I can do it one a little stacked. Maybe that is all we need. I just wasn't sure what I would want until we got there. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm just excited for you to be crafting along. Let's see. And so maybe we'll just stick one a little bit out here and then put one a little closer. And then this one goes right there. Yep, I think that'll work just fine. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to glue, let's see. I wasn't going to add any ribbon this time. I don't think I want any ribbon. Yep. So we're going to put the house down. I'm going to put it up a little bit. And I'm going to put that on with glue. I've decided. I was trying to decide what I want to pop up. So I think I'd rather pop up a tree or 2. And then we'll go from there. So I think I want that roof line to be up into the blue, the darker blue. There we go. And I'm going to put them right up here. Just a little bit up. And then we're going to do dimensionals on this next one. So let me get my dimensionals out here because we're going to have to cut a little tiny piece of dimensional. So hopefully this isn't too big right here. Oh, I might need to just trim that off. There we go. It was just a little bit too much of a dimensional here. All right. So that's that little tiny one. We're just going to put that guy right there. Awesome. All right. And then this one we'll put on with the dimensional. And I'll just go ahead and cut off a little piece here like that. and we'll put him on. So that one's going to go right there. So there's our little front. Oh, it looks sweet, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks really sweet. So that's going to get mounted right on here. And we'll add some glitter glue, but I'll do it at the end once we're done because of the fact that it just has to dry. I personally think when I'm creating on my own, I like to do it and let it dry and then put things together. But I think for today, because learning from experience, that is just easier. Because then I end up getting it messy. It gets messy. All right, so then we have one other piece here. This is for the back. And again, I think I've already told you, but just in case, this is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay. And so we're going to stamp the sentiment of cherry cobbler. We're going to use cherry cobbler. All right. And we're going to use the celebrate the wonder and joy of the festive season. Okay. We're going to do that up here. And I'm going to do it a little bit at a slant. I feel that I want to be a little quirky like that. And then we're going to take the snowflakes and we're going to add some snowflakes. And I'm going to use the blueberry bushel for that. Okay. So just coming in with a few snowflakes here. And just adding a little bit of a fun top here. So yeah, that's really fun. Okay. So move this out of the way. I have to clean my mat since I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. I'm just going to do it right now while I'm thinking about it. So yeah, your chamois will clean that off of there right easy. So there is that. All right, so that's what we have for the back side. And like I said, I will sign this before I put it on, but it'll just go right back here like that. And so I think it'll be just fine. So we have our front that is all put together now. And so we're just going to kind of fold our bag in a little bit, and I just kind of get it warmed up in a sense so that it wants to close pretty easily. Okay. So I'm just kind of, bending this down a bit here and bending this one down a bit. All right. To determine where that wants to go. But when I put it together, I'm just going to lay it down like this to put it on. Okay. Because I did use dimensionals to put it on there. So we're just going to do the same here. Looks like we just use up some of this edge. Makes it easier. Love using the edge. So we're just going to put that across the top of here and then along here. And that will take care of that. I have just a little piece now to come down the side. And that will give us good coverage for what we need and durability for it. All right, so I'm just lining this up here so that it's even on those 3 sides. Okay, and so then we have our little house and the Merry Christmas. So the last thing is is, I don't know if you have any handy, but they're really handy to have around if you don't have them. But these are little Velcro dots, and they are 3/8 of an inch round. And so I just snip one off here. I like to just keep them ready to go. Okay. And then I just peel the backing off of one side. All right. And so we're going to put it onto our Bagelope just like that. I'm pressing down, get it firm. And then I'm going to take the other side off. Not taking the glue dots apart, just getting the back of the adhesive off, okay? And just making sure I have it lined up on each side so that it goes there, okay? And then I am just pressing in there, okay? To make sure I've got it good and set. Okay, so then your bag has a nice little closure for when you find your little gift that you want to put in there. That'll just be a nice little closure. So, and I mean, you could add a ribbon around it if you wanted once you get there, but you have your little tag piece that's going to go on the back. And so there we have, basically there's your Bagelope. Now, we talked about doing some of the glitter glue. All right. So, and I added a snowflake last time, and I kind of like that. So I'm going to get one of these big snowflakes to add to it. All right. We're just going to put one up there, and we'll put another one on. There's 3 different sizes in this packaging. So there's like a small, medium, and large. I'm just going to put these 2 right there. For the gold, the rose gold, and then the white. So lots of really beautiful snowflakes to add in. All right, so we're just going to do that. And then we'll add our glitter glue. Okay, and so I like to just get as little as possible on here. And so I'm just going to add some to our trees because I just think that they need a little bit of shine to them. So I'm doing the background ones. Then we'll add some to our little trees. And I'm going to put just a little drop right in the center of our 2 snowflakes. And that is pretty much our little Bagelope. So very simple. And there we go. I don't know if you can see the glitter glue or not, but really just a sweet little project that you can do. You could have used the envelope in the kit. That would be fun, but at the same time, this red envelope is just so beautiful. So there's our 2 little Bagelopes, and it was a lot of fun crafting with you guys today. And I'm excited to get the new kit to see what else we get to play with. I've been a little bit hesitant to do a whole lot because I want to see them both together. So we have a lot more fun coming in the new month. So I'll update the description. Sorry I was late. I was worried about getting my StreamYard to work in both places. And As a result, I didn't do my description, and so I'll update the description for this live, and we'll have some details in there around what we did today, and a link to the add-on kit if you decide that that's something you want. There is still 6 days to sign up for that. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and a great rest of your Sunday. Thanks, everybody. Bye bye.